Alright, today is Saturday. Friday I was just having a Friday, if that makes any sense, feeling kind of whatever. Today we had a little bit of rain, which is actually something we needed. Very happy. It's blue skies out there and rain, which is very unusual, but very, very happy. Hopefully it doesn't put a damper on tomorrow's swap meet, which I hope to make a few dollars. I say hope to make a few dollars because, not always you make, enough money to basically, I'll sell a couple of things, but how much will you sell and how much will I come back with is determined on how people are feeling like spending tomorrow. So I have gotten a massive mail day. This doesn't happen very often. Usually I'll get a day where one or two things come in, but this came in all today, including an important business thing, so that was good. So we'll start off with this random pile of goodness here. I want to say random pile because it's not all golf, but darn near all of it is. So we'll start off with this one here. These are people I either have written to or for whatever reason I didn't write to because I had a kind of a stoppage point, or for whatever reason I just missed a card. Okay, so this is coming from Las something or other, so it's more than likely Las Vegas. My fun little assortment of stamps there, something about the 250 there. And we have none other than, because people say that a lot, J. Don Blake. So it's black on the dark there, he signed right there, and this is the 1991 Champions cards. Again, I keep promoting these cards here because they're super hard to find. The gold foil 1991 Champions, and then this is the, if I can read it here, the Shearson Lehman Brothers Open. So I thought that was very cool. I couldn't find a golf course card that, because I just type in the player's name or the golfer's name, and I'll type in a golf course and it says no results found, or this doesn't make sense. Or I might find something saying this guy participated in this particular Open. But if he had a bad, experience at one of those golf courses, I will not send him that particular card. So that's number one. The best one, I would say, now again, there's one of the signatures is a little on the weird side here because it's, kind of an unusual card here. But really pressed in the card. There's some damage to the card, but that might have been from my binder. But it came pretty quickly. I didn't think I would have this particular person autograph for me, so I think it's really cool here. This one here is more than likely going to go out to Julie Inkster after Annika Sorenstam has autographed that one here. So very, very cool. It's not the best particular shot there, it's just them. So Upper Deck just took some sort of candid shot where they were just kind of, relaxing or chilling or whatever, but I'm going to try to get Julie Inkster to autograph that. Unfortunately, Annika autographed it, should have put it right there, and in my letter I said I would send it off to her. I have one extra card to send her, and then it's signed in black Sharpie right in the center there. And then she signed this card here. I don't send very many of these, and most of the people sign them in Sharpie, but she signed it in some sort of, I think it was a red pen. She had to really push on it, and the pen fizzled, so it's kind of like a brown or something. It's still autographed, so, but again, she just signs her first name, because I guess the last name would just take up the entire card, but she just signs Annika. So these are two of the more recent cards here. These cards are looking at all already 3 and 4 years old or something. If we just look at the back of the cards here, these are from 20, oh my gosh, Upper Deck didn't put the year on there. Ha! They did not put the year on there. It just says SP Authentic Golf with no year. Well, that's okay. There's 2008 stats on here, but I know it's after 2008. Anyway, these are more recent than that one. These are more or less what I would consider, some of these were like the online exclusives or whatever you want to call it, so there are those. Next one here, this one's out of Orlando, Florida, and, oh, that's right, that was the envelope I used for, so Annika Sorenstam was Orlando, Florida. Next one here is a contest win. I don't remember the ins and outs of all of it, but this came from Adam, from Adam's Card Closet. I will not share the address, but I will just show you Little Rock, Arkansas with a 250. I'll try to save that for my collection there. And he says, Adam says, check out his channel if you haven't done so already. Hey Henry, congrats on the win. If you need Larry's address to get the ink on the card, whatever. So take care, stay chipper, okay, because Chipper Jones is his favorite. I'm sure I can find that. But bonus item, Bob Aspromonte number 14. I think I probably have one of those, so that'll probably be gifted off to somebody else. And this card here, again, I don't remember exactly what the whole reasoning for the contest was, because I participate in a number of them, but season ticket, Larry Johnson, which I did not have. So very, very cool to get that card there, which looks like it should have ink, as he says, ink right here. This would be perfect in that faded away area. Maybe that's why they do that. I don't know. That's, you know, the Dennis Tankersley card looked like it was just going to be a stickered autograph. It didn't happen. So that's why I sent him that one, and that's why I think that was a cool thing to do. Now, this one here, oh yes, and another protection card there. He must get the index cards at the same place I do. Mine are just flimsy-dimsy. So I don't remember where I got mine. Now the next one here is another 1992 card here. You know, the one said 1991 champions, but it's actually a 1992 card here. This is Jay Delsing, born in 1960, and Jay Delsing, I think I had everything. And the only reason why I sent this one is for whatever reason, you know, because what happened was it was at one time cheaper to just buy autographs on eBay from these sellers, whether it was auction or it was purchased, because a lot of these golfers were like $1 a piece. And I said, well, if I'm going to have to procure these cards, it's just going to be $1 a card or less. And then I just went and bought them and combined shipping, and so it was stupid cheap. So I had missed Jay Delsing, so I think that's what happened. Very cool to get him, born in 1960, another golfer there, and that one came out of St. Louis, Mo. So there's that one. Now one more here. Another vintage card here. You know, some of these stamps I wanted to keep, like this Dracula stamp, I want to keep that. I've got to double check my book and see if that will fit in my book there. But yeah, all kinds of cool stamps there. Fort Myers, Florida. This is one card here because I pretty much had everything. Again, I think I wrote to this guy saying I need his Miller Press, and essentially saying that if I write back to him is because I will have eventually found that. And this is Wayne Levy or Wayne Levi. Wayne Levi, spelled like Levi's, and there is that one. Born in 1953, I want to say. Yes, born February 22nd, 1953. So we both share February birthdays. He went to Oswego State in New York, or college in New York. And at the time he had one child and one wife. No, I'm kidding. It just says wife Judy and one child. So very cool for that one. There, lots and lots of golf. As I said, the opportunities for me are dwindling down because I've written to pretty much anybody you can write to. You know, the Lee Trevinos and this stuff. And I did a little test here. We'll finish off here, I guess, if I don't have anything else here. Finish off here. A lot of people are doing the 1991 Pro Set Golf. And it's a very, very easy to get started. But getting to the ending point is not very easy. One of the things I have just come to realize is that there's something crazy like 71 or somewhere around 71 senior PGA golfers in there, and currently only 20 of them or 21 of them are currently alive. They the youngest one was born in like 40 or 41, and then the oldest one currently living is like 91 years old. And I don't remember if that was Dow Finsterwald or who that was, but it's just amazing that out of the 71 golfers of the senior PGA in that particular set there, only 20 of them are alive, and a few or a number of them are signing. So there's probably about 17 of those, because Jack Nicklaus and Lee Trevino are not signing technically as far as I know. The other thing is that don't forget that these guys have multiple cards. So like Trevino has like 3 or 4 cards, including a promotional card, stat leaders, and that sort of thing. And again, with that 1992 set, like this one here, there was that parallel set, the champion set, which is the first card I showed. And again, a lot of people are kicking themselves not getting these autographed here. The athletes probably don't really notice that little logo there and just say, oh, I've seen this a million times over. I don't know what that is. I don't have a foiling stamp. If somebody had a foil stamping program, they could probably put that on there, but they wouldn't be able to print all the other stuff because that's 2 different types of print on there. So you wouldn't really be able to fake those, I wouldn't think. But very cool to have all of that. That's a great mail day. And I've been getting, geez, Mikey, you know, the joy of the completed page type thing. I really have not been completing a lot of pages because many of these pages are 9 cards on the page, barring like the end of the set, which has like, you know, maybe 7 cards and it stops. you know, Payne Stewart happens to be on, of course, a couple of pages, and then there's a few golfers that have never signed, like Bruce Crampton never signed his 92, I think is what it is. And then so there's some pages you will never complete, even if these guys said, and like Art Wall died in 2001, and then there was another guy that died back in 1991, right when the set was just a few months after the set was made. So there are some pages that will never be completed, and there's like a Fax Pack set, not the one I showed recently, but there's one from like 91 or something like that, and they have about 5 classic golfers in there, like Bobby Jones and Sam Snead, and many of those people were never even alive when those cards were printed. So that's a page that will never be finished. But you know, my thing is I'll write to everybody I physically can, and then the set will be finished until some of these like rookie golfers that just, you know, got a card made but maybe just didn't really do well on the tour, they just don't probably want to relive that. They're just like, I wasn't a good golfer, why are you getting my autograph? That's probably what I'm thinking, you know. Or maybe they just have, you know, financial or monetary issues, or maybe they just gave up golf 100%. Or, you know, but some of these people are easy to track down if, you know, other people would do, you know, a little bit of investigative work there, whatever state they lived in. And some of these people run golf, you know, events and what do you call it, clinics and sort of things like that. So it's not that they don't want to sign, it's just that they're not top priority golf number one. Everybody wants to get the best signers that, you know, are instant, you know, back in the mail and back to them in like a couple of days, so they can, you know, keep 1 or 2 and then throw the rest on eBay. That's how it works. But anyway, that's today's video, and because I talked too much, and thank you for watching.